Good afternoon. Good to talk to you all. A couple of things, real quick. One, for all of our female leaders, this Friday night we're having the girls' Galentine party. Um, Leaders, if you want to go to that, that'd be great. Communicate, connect with students if you can't. It's no problem at all. But it is open for you to go if you want to connect with some of your female students and yeah, so it'll be good. I think Anna might also put that just kind of in text on the email as well. Um, but yeah, so that is something that you can go be a part of. Um, and yeah, I think that's the only thing that I wanted to announce. A couple things. This teaching, we're in lesson 2 of session 6 unit 6, lesson 2 of unit 6. This is maybe something that's not necessarily the most exciting lesson to teach, but the cool thing is this is something that most students are not going to be familiar with at all. But it's still something that shows the heart of God and His love for His people. It says the main point of this lesson is God desires to be near His people, and we see that in the way that the tabernacle is to be placed in the middle of the tribes when they are moving across. Um, when they are moving across the desert, He is not off to the side somewhere. It says, but He is right there in the middle of it. So a couple, like three different points that just stuck out to me here in this text, in the story, which I think are maybe something for us to harp on. One, starting with the beginning, is this: that when we understand the grace of God, we give of ourselves. When we understand the grace of God, we give of ourselves. Here's what we see: these Israelites have gone from ones who are putting all their gold together to build a cow to now they're the ones who are giving and giving and giving to help build this tabernacle, to build the temple, to build the tabernacle for God to dwell in, and they give too much. Like they're just giving and giving and giving. And they ask this question: what changed to make that happen? Well, we see it's the grace of God. I mean, they should not be alive right now, but they've seen what God has done. They've seen what God is doing in their life, and because they see the grace of God, it's just natural for them to give. That might be good for us to talk about with our teenagers. A lot of times we don't talk about giving, why we give, and not just financially, but with our time, with our resources. We give because God gave for us, right? He gave it all for us. So because of that, it's natural for us to give of our money, of our resources, of our time, so that we might see His kingdom furthered. So one, we understand the grace. When we understand the grace of God, we give of ourselves. It's like in your family. What motivates you to, for me, do things for my wife is not I need to work for her love, but because she loves me, because I know that she cares for me, that's why I do those things. Same thing with our relationship with God. Two, second thing we see is that God has given us abilities for His glory. We see different people being used to provide their skills and their expertise to build the tabernacle. I think it's important for us to talk to these students about the fact that God has given each of them special giftings, special abilities that are to be used for His glory. They're not just for themselves, they're for His glory. And so it might be a good chance to talk to our students. Hey, what are some things that you're good at? What are maybe some things that God has gifted you with that you can use to serve the church, to serve the community, to serve this area? And then finally, and this is the best part, that God dwells with us, that He wants to be near us, He wants to be close to us. We see Him put the tabernacle in the middle of the people as a protector. He's there, He's protector, He's present, He's close. And I love this. It says that the tabernacle demonstrated two important truths to the Israelites. One, God is far too glorious to be contained by a tent, yet He is near. And the same is true for our souls. It says this: that man, God is far too vast, far too great to be contained close to us, yet it says that He lives and He dwells with us. And we see this the clearest picture in what Jesus did. Jesus literally tabernacled among us. The name Emmanuel means God with us. He came and took on our flesh, took on our form, so that He might live for us. This last paragraph is so good. It says, Jesus took on flesh and tabernacled among us. He was the perfect fulfillment of what the tabernacle in Exodus pictured. God came down to earth to live amongst His people. Jesus then died in our place to be our atoning sacrifice for sin so that we could be forgiven. When that sacrifice was made, the veil in the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. Unhindered access to God was made possible through Christ for all who trust in Him to enjoy. I think that's so good. I think it's something we want to discuss with our teenagers to help them see the beauty of the fact that God dwells with us and He has now given us unlimited access to Him. So I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, anything like that, don't hesitate to give me an email, give me a call, give me a text, whatever you need. Thank you, guys.